Hello, it's me. And guess what? Now it's me again. Wow. Except it's really me the first time. It's just another dimension of me. There was originally the audio part, And now there's the video part, rendered with VTuber technology. Yay, VTubers! My hands are raised, but you can't see that because I don't have hand tracking. But apparently that's something that exists. So I've heard. Oh, bye chat. So, why did I click? I didn't need to click that, and I clicked it, and it messed up all my windows. Okay, I fixed it. Wait, did I? Hold on. I'm trying to, as smoothly as possible, load the music back in. And I'm not doing a very good job at it, because it's taken quite a bit of finagling. There we go. Hey look, I got proper Spotify integration. I'm pointing. You can't see me point. This isn't how it works. But you just have to turn your head like 90 degrees. Just turn your head 90 degrees and you can read the song. Hi Gorgus, thank you for the 3 months of subscription. I greatly appreciate it. Enjoy your Taco Tom emotes. You'll also notice I redid my alerts, so it's a different font and different graphics as well. And Bits is also a different sound effect. But anyhow, let's oh, I broke the capture. I can unbreak it though. Wow, I unbroke the capture. I bet you had no idea I could do that, except for the fact that I obviously can. Alright, so first we need to actually choose a car for this event. We got 591 horsepower as our limit, so let's find a car that's close to that. Yeah, that's too much. Not enough. How much is this? 374. It's kind of lacking. 526. This could be good. Let's give the concept car a try. First, let's see if we can tune it up at all. So, last stream I 100%ed Gran Turismo 1 by doing the endurance races on stream. I've basically done the same thing with Gran Turismo 2, where I just did all the races over like the past couple weeks. Except the endurance ones. Except I did do one endurance one, because it was short. But I have 6 more to do, because there are 7 endurances in GT2. This is not where Dodge is. This is where Dodge is. Tune. That's what I want. Can we put a muffler on our car? No. Can we put brakes on our car? No. Can we put a new computer in our car? No. Engine balancing? No. Port and polish? No. I wish it told you these things up front. If it's like, oh, you can't do that. Maybe just put an X so I can't get into this menu, but that would be smart. Looks like there is no tuning that we can do. That's fine. Unless we can do other stuff. No. This is a game from the 90s, it's true. I'm asking too much of this game. To be fair, this game came out like very end of the 90s. I want to say like after Christmas 1999. In some regions, at least. Of being technical, 2000 is part of the 90s. I already have racing. Oh, I have all the tires, because this is a race car and it gives you all the tires. Okay. So really this was completely fruitless because it's a race car. There is no real upgradability to it. So let's just drive the car. Let's also choose the right menu. There we go. So I did 30 laps of Trial Mountain already. And now we're going to do 100 miles of Seattle Circuit. Which I'm not entirely sure how many laps it's going to be. I'm going to guess 30. I don't know. Somewhere between 30 and 40. It'll probably take about an hour is my guess. It's 40. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot to change tires. It's going to be a problem. Shh. Just going to rerun quickly. We need to actually put on the right sort of tires. Let's go with the mediums, actually. Everything else has to be normal. By default, racing cars come with racing tires, but by default, normal tires are loaded on the car, non-racing tires, so you gotta go in there and change it. There's also no countdown, you just gotta hold the accelerator and go when the game loads. I think the music, either the music's too loud or the game's too quiet. Let's see if I can bump the game up. There we go. Oh, no, I ruined it. I've unruined it. I ruined it again. There we go. Now I got the capture working. Let me know if the audio levels are good. Specifically like my mic versus the game and music. The audio fine? Seems that way. Is my car gonna nearly spin? Seems that way. Is that a Sector 2 time? You know the joke. It seems my car is significantly faster than the other cars. Such is life. Should watch the last few episodes of Bebop at some point. The problem is, like, the first part of season 2, like, I was there, but I kind of wasn't watching at all, so I would need to watch the whole second season. Unless there are some episodes that don't really have anything to do with continuity. Also, I wasn't hugely into the show as well. It didn't grab me as much as I thought it would based on, like, the reception it has. And you guys' opinions on it. Has no one else seen it besides the three of you? Oh, I see. You have answered my question before you heard it, probably. Whee! The wheels on the car go round and round, round and round, round and round. I have a sneaking suspicion that's not going to be the only time you see me spin like that. This car seems a little oversteery. Also, it's so much faster than the AI that I could really spin out every lap and still be fine. Thanks, Gran Turismo 2, for having extremely unbalanced AI. I mean, to be fair, I could have balanced it myself by choosing a less powerful car, but I also didn't know the strength of the AI going into the race. Also, speaking of Gran Turismo, you know what game comes out in a few days? 4 days? Soon to be 3 days? I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with Gran Turismo Bevan. Yeah, so there's a good chance that my stream basically becomes a Gran Turismo 7 channel. Like, I've never had a mainstream game before, but there's a chance that that might become like a mainstream game, like a game that is my primary game to stream, not like a mainstream game. I mean, it's sort of mainstream. It's more mainstream than games that are less mainstream than Gran Turismo 7. Hand hook car door. I don't know what that means. Also, unrelated, I used my VR headset for like the first time in nearly a year. I think the last time I used it was my birthday last year, and my birthday this year is coming up in like 1 week, so... but one of the reasons I didn't use it was because it gave me eye aches after like 30 minutes or so. It was just uncomfortable to use the Quest 2, and part of me thinks like a Valve Index might be better in that regard, but I also don't want to shell out the cash when I'm not sure of it, because, you know, $1,000 is not cheap. And there are other things I've been thinking of, you know, spending the money on. There's our first lapped car of many. Do you think it goes for any cheaper pre-owned than it does new? Like with the state of technology these days, I wouldn't be surprised if it was more expensive than new. I mean, yeah, but it's still in the same ballpark of price, and also if I buy it pre-owned, I don't have the luxury of returning it if I wanted to. Your test is successful, Gorgus. Presumably. Unless that message is displaying results in a failure of your test. The other thing I've been thinking of buying that is expensive, a similar price in fact, is a steering wheel for Gran Turismo. And, you know, racing games in general, not just Gran Turismo. Although that would probably be the game I use it on the most, given that would be the game I'd probably play the most. And you can get wheels for cheaper than the one I won, but the one I won seems like it's going to be like the industry standard wheel in the future. Like it's not even out yet officially. Some people have it because they bought it early and they paid extra, and the wheel maker's like, yeah, we'll send out some early units for you guys who want to pay extra for it. But the real release date hasn't happened yet. It's like March 25th. Yeah, I hear that Ukraine manages a lot of like neon manufacturing or something, which is needed to make chips. But also I heard that infrastructure could be moved easily, so I don't know. I don't think anyone really knows how it's going to impact the tech world or the economy in general yet. Hopefully the whole thing gets resolved quickly and Ukraine can get back to being Ukraine and the war can end and we can all laugh at Russia for being a complete doofus. Really more Putin, but just getting into politics, and I don't particularly like getting into politics on stream. I am familiar with Aldi. They have Aldi locations where I live, actually. So I've been in one before. Cheap gaming PC for 4,000 euros. Ouch. That is, that's not what I call cheap. My computer that I built a few months ago is basically a supercomputer at this point. I didn't spend that much on it. It's not actually a supercomputer, but it's got like a 3080 and the highest end Intel chip. I mean, the AMD stuff isn't that bad these days, my understanding. Up until the new Intel chips, AMD actually had a better CPU, is my understanding. But the new Intel CPUs are better than the AMD ones, but not like by a huge amount. Like, you wouldn't have any problem with the AMD stuff if you got it. So like, if it ends up being significantly cheaper to go with AMD than Intel and Nvidia, I'd say go for it. Although I've never actually used AMD CPU or GPUs, so I can't say from experience. That's not the breaking point. I'm not fully versed on the tech industry in Europe, given that I don't live there, but it seems like it's not quite as well off as it is in the US, which is unfortunate. It's not particularly well off here at the moment either. Pass that car for the second time now. Do you know why they're doing that? Is it like supply chain issues? They can't get enough for the whole world, or there's some other reason behind it? Maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of curious. I might look into that. Just to see what the deal is. But yeah, I think oh, that car has crashed. Oh no! And it's crashed me. Oh, they don't have the tensor chip in the Pixel 6 in Europe? It's pretty bad if that's the case. It's like one of the main selling points of it. Oh, the tensor chip is a modified Exynos chip. Okay. Okay, so I have a Pixel 6, so I guess that means I have an Exynos chip in my phone then. Alright. I've had no problems with my Pixel 6. I really like it. But certainly, you know, if a phone is sold with multiple different chips, you ideally want the most powerful one in yours. This is like a price difference. It's like you get a more powerful CPU if you pay more, but I don't think that's the case with the Snapdragon Exynos thing. Substitute one for the other. Yeah, that's basically what I was getting at, Gorgas. I need to pit soon. I'll do 2 more laps. And then I'll pit again in like 27. It'll be a 2-stop. Streamer, what song is this? Figure it out. Butt spot. Sometimes I'm glad I brought butt spot back. Sometimes I'm not. I don't know which one of the times it is right now. I would be hyped for the Pixel 7 if I hadn't just bought a Pixel 6. Which I intend on keeping for a number of years, so I'm not gonna You get a Pixel 7. Apparently they already leaked it. I don't know how you managed to leak a phone that early, but they've done it. What phone do you have, Tev? I had that problem with my Nexus 6P that I had. That was a really nice phone. It was basically a Pixel phone before the Pixel line. They had the Nexus line, and that was the last one before the first Pixel. Really great phone for the time. Probably my favorite phone I've ever had, given like what it could do compared to other phones of the time period. But the one problem it had was that the battery was defective in pretty much all of those phones. Like every single person I knew who had a Nexus 6P, which was a number of them, within 2 years the battery was just completely useless and broken. And my phone was the same way. Like after like a year and 3/4 or so, like it would not last through a work day if I used it at all. So I basically could just like never use the phone unless I had to make an urgent call or something. So the battery life would just like die at like 60% or something. You could never be sure how much battery you had left, which is very annoying. So I had originally wanted that phone to last 3 years, but it ended up only lasting 2 because the battery just completely couldn't kaput. And I got a Pixel 2 XL. That lasted me 4 years, but towards the end of its life the battery was starting to go as well. But it would still actually tell you the right battery amount, so that's something. It was just, you know, regular wear and tear and not actual defective battery. Was that the Pixel 3? Oh, that's an awkward go, just crash into the side there. I think the Pixel 2 did not have a notch. I think the Pixel 3 had a very weird notch, if I remember. And then the 4 might have... I don't remember what the 4 or 5 did. The 5 have the camera off to the corner. Some Pixels have the camera off to the corner, others have it at the top middle. I don't know. I'm not an expert on the chronological order of the Pixels. Other than I know what the Pixel 2 looks like, and I know what the Pixel 6 looks like because I had him. Yeah, being able to emulate stuff on your phone is nice, although I don't really do that ever. Especially these days, because I'm home most of the time. I work from home. I don't really find myself in a situation where I'm like, I only have my phone and I want to play a Genesis game or whatever. I can certainly do it. Actually, Pixel 6 is powerful enough you can emulate Dolphin on it. Like I played Super Monkey Ball 2 on it and it worked fine, which is kind of impressive. The score doesn't even connect all the time. That's really bad. That reminds me of my old iPad that I had. I had an iPad mini first gen that I used forever. Like well past the life expectancy of that thing. And by the end, like, any app you load, there is a decent chance that it would just crash upon loading because the thing would run out of RAM. I had to jailbreak it and then download like a RAM management tool that could clean up unused RAM, and it sort of worked sometimes. But basically, the only way you could get apps to reliably run is to just never run anything in the background. And even then, it was just ungodly slow to use, like, even regular apps by the end. Like, Discord, I think, worked, but Reddit, like, half the half the time you look at an image, it'd be like, image is too large for this device, can't render. YouTube was fine, I think. Twitch was fine. Like, it worked. Like, you could watch videos and stuff on it fine, but it was not a pleasant experience. Yeah, Galaxies are good. I even look at like a Pixel 5a or, you know, the budget line Pixels. You might be able to get a sale on them. I know a few years ago my mom got a 3A for like $250 or something. That was a really good deal. And she practically lives on that phone these days, watching videos of monkeys on TikTok for some reason. See, the thing about this playlist that makes it a little weird is that my original intention for it was to be a playlist for when I'm on a hold-on screens. But if I'm using it in-game, you want something a little more upbeat. But I was like, oh, if it's hold-on screen, I'll just put in the menu music from Gran Turismo. But now we're in the race in Gran Turismo, listening to the menu music in Gran Turismo, and it's interesting. So you might have noticed the shirt I'm wearing is different from the shirt I had on last stream or on the Salamander County Steam streams, which I did, if you saw any of those. Actually, I should talk about that. That'd be an interesting thing to mention. But anyhow, this is the shirt I'm wearing in real life right now, and I put it on my VTuber, so I thought that'd be cool. But I do also want to make like custom shirts, because like the possibilities are endless when you can wear a JPEG. No, I am wearing the same shirt as my VTuber. Yeah, I changed the shirt on my VTuber to match the shirt I was wearing. I made images of like all the graphic tees I have, or most of them at least. And then whenever I wear a specific shirt, I can just load that onto the VTuber and go. But yeah, to look into like the mid-range Galaxy or the mid-range Pixel phone, probably can't go wrong with either of them. You could also buy a Nokia N-Gage if you wanted to. Probably don't want to. But you could play Tony Hawk, Sonic, Super Monkey Ball, Call of Duty, like all your big name games are on the N-Gage. It's kind of impressive it didn't catch on more than it did based on the games it had. Because I could have the games. It's like Arby's, except with video games instead of meats. Are they phasing out the N-Gage? I can't believe it. Actually, I think they finally started working on an N-Gage emulator. But it's like it only works on Android. Because I think it's like it's based off a Java emulator. Because the N-Gage is based off Java. Yeah, it's still hard to find PS5 or a Series console. I mean, I guess like if you, I don't know if you have like a PS4 or Xbox One, but like if you really wanted to go console, you could probably get one of those for fairly cheap and use it for like a year until consoles are a bit more readily available. If you wanted to go that route. Or you could just become crazily obsessed with Discord servers and Twitter users who post when stock goes up on those things, and then try your luck at mashing the button until it says you have one. That's what I did to get my PS5. Also my 3080. Tempted to do the same for the Series X as well. Because for reasons, I should probably eventually get an Xbox Series console. And I prefer to get an X. So if I get an X, then it means my Xbox One is essentially obsoleted. And I can do whatever with it. But the S is not the case because it doesn't have the disc tray, and I have some disc games. Honestly, my PS4/PS5 has just been a Gran Turismo Sport machine for the most part, and Fall Guys. It's been GT Sport and Fall Guys have been like 95% plus of the games I've played on it. Others are like, I played some of the Spider-Man game, the first one on PS4. Well, the first Sony one on PS4, because there was the Amazing Spider-Man, which was not good. Never played it, but I just heard it was bad. I never beat that. I should probably do that eventually. I bought Persona 5 and never played it. It was a good use of $20 back in the day. Yeah, I mean, really the only Sony exclusive I care about is Gran Turismo, and I basically bought a PS5 just for that game, so... And it's definitely a good racing game, so if you want some racing games, it's definitely one to look into getting. It's also on PS4 as well, so you can pick it up there. I believe you can get a version that includes both PS4 and PS5, like the digital deluxe version, or there's also a physical deluxe version as well. But yeah, other Sony exclusives I don't really care about. Spider-Man was alright, but I never finished that. But I don't care about like God of War or Horizon or Last of Us or anything else. Even like Ratchet and Clank. It seems like a game I might be into, but... I don't know. I can't really say I've ever really been huge into like mascot platformers besides Sonic and Mario. First The Last of Us. Was it The Last The First of Us? Badumtus. I remember when Last of Us 2 came out, there were some very polarizing reviews on it. Definitely didn't really seem like my type of game, so I didn't bother. Same with like Elden Ring is the hot game right now. They got super good reviews. But I've never cared about Souls games at all. Because I'm the weird racing game dude. I play racing games. Yeah, I've heard pretty mixed reviews on that Pokemon game as well. The Arceus is apparently pretty good. But that's just what I've heard, because I'm not huge into Pokemon either, so I've not played either. Kind of surprised they're putting out a new generation so soon. But I mean... it's the same time between 7 and 8. Sun and Moon was 2016. Sword and Shield 2019, and then Scarlet Violet will be 2022. So yeah, I guess it's normal time. I guess was X and Y 2013, and then Black and White 2010. I remember Diamond and Pearl was 2007. So I mean, it seems like they follow like a 3-year cycle fairly consistently then, on like the mainline series generations. Also interesting they're going back to colors. I assumed they wouldn't, they ran out of colors, but nope. Like Scarlet and Violet just sound like some like ROM hack someone made of like a Game Boy Advance Pokemon game or something. Like in a way where like you're sort of surprised that there hasn't already been Pokemon games called Scarlet and Violet. Transparent and opaque. That could be interesting. We should make Pokemon Brown the most exciting color. Yep. That's Generation 10. Pokemon Brown and Pokemon Gray. You heard it here first, folks. Come on. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Viper. You know what they should do? The Pokemon Company should form a relationship with Pantone, which is the company that makes paints, and they name the colors of the paints. And they should just ask Pantone every 3 years, hey, give us 2 new colors for the next Pokemon games. Or if Pantone's too expensive, they could get Crayola. Crayola already has a relationship with Nintendo from making Crayola Scoot, which is another game I bought and never played. Why did I buy that game? Why did I buy Crayola Scoot? I mean, I know why. It's because I thought it would be a funny stream game, but now that game's like 4 years old and it's well past its sell-by date for being a relevant stream game. Well, I guess not necessarily. man, I'm excited for GT7. This is probably the most excited I've been for a new game since Splatoon 2. Before that, it would have been Gran Turismo 5, I think. It's 5:30 a.m. there. Yeah, you better get some sleep. It's even later than I stayed up last night, and I stayed up very late last night because I couldn't get to sleep. It was up to like 5:15. But thanks for stopping by, Gorgus. Have a good night's sleep. And see you later. But yeah, I struggled to get sleep last night. Only got like 5 hours of sleep. I didn't fall asleep till like 5:15. I will try to fall asleep earlier tonight because I don't like falling asleep later than like 4 a.m. because past 4 a.m. I get a little bit worried that, oh, the sun's going to start coming up. Like, depending on the time of year, it's obviously different when it will come up. There are many hoes in this race, Butters. Also, hey, how are you doing? I was supposed to pit 2 laps ago. Oops. I'll do it after this lap. Oof. Not paying attention. You're alive. That's better than not being alive. I stayed up until 5:15 last night and got like 5 hours of sleep. I do not intend to regularly stay up that late. I just couldn't fall asleep. Just stayed in bed for like, just lied in bed for like 2.5 hours. I sure would love to fall asleep, and then I didn't. Then I went to the DMV today. I forgot to pit again. I'm so dumb. How many people have I lapped at this point? I'm sure I've lapped all of them. Like, how many times have I left? I haven't been keeping track. I went to the DMV today, which is the happiest place on earth. Like, screw Disney. Go to the DMV. I had to renew my license because my birthday's coming up. And that means my license is about to expire because it happens to be that specific birthday that it expires. And apparently they have this real ID thing now, where like, you need to get a real ID in order to board a plane. And while I haven't boarded a plane since 2014, you know, it seems like something to have just in case, you know, you want to board a plane sometime in the future. So you have to go in person to do that. Also, I looked into doing it online just to get like a standard one, because my parents were like, oh, I don't want you to go to the DMV, you'll catch COVID and die. And when you try to make an account, it just says, there is a problem making your account. You need to go to the DMV for assistance. So I was like, okay, I'll just go to the DMV and get my real ID driver's license. So they require, several forms of identification, of course. You need, birth certificate, driver's license, your old one, social security number, some other proof of residency, like, I use my voter registration card. So, you need to bring these things with you to the DMV. But there was someone in front of me who did not know that, or didn't do it correctly. And the person was like, "Oh, you need a proof of residency, whatever that is." And so this person is probably in his 50s, maybe 60s, and he was there with his wife, and I think he was helping his wife renew her license, maybe. I don't know exactly, but basically he didn't have the necessary forms. I still have not pitted, by the way. Maybe we're just going to lap 40, I don't know. I mean, I can. And this guy got very unhappy with the person behind the desk. He was like, "What the hell do you mean I need proof of residency? Like, I live at this address. What do you need? Want me to call up the principal from my high school or something?" He was very unhappy, and I felt very sorry for the person behind the counter who had to deal with him. Basically, and she was like, "No, you need to get some papers. Can you go home and grab them? Like, how far do you live from home?" He's like, 3 miles. He was like, "Well, can you go home and grab them and come back?" And he was like, "No, I'm not going to do that." And he just sort of grabbed his papers away from the person and was like, "DMV sucks. I'm going home." And they did not get what they needed to get done. If I had been called to that person behind the counter, I would have apologized to her about their attitude, but I did not end up being sent to that counter. Oh, I read your message too late. I'm sorry. But see, I had all my papers, so there was no issue with me getting my new license done. Then I went to a collectibles shop that's nearby. There's a whole bunch of like 80s action figures and Hot Wheels cars and movies and vinyls and video games, all sorts of stuff. It's a really cool shop. Tev, if you ever come over and visit, we should definitely check it out at some point. Although I would want to do a round robin to all the local game stores. I think that could be really fun. But I went there, got some Hot Wheels cars. I found another one of the legendary, at least in my mind, they're legendary. I'm going to pit. I had to say that to myself or else I would forget. The legendary Sega cars, of which there are 5, I now have 2 of them. So I need to find the other 3. Yeah, basically that, Tev. Just bar hop to all the game stores. And I also got 2 weird PC games that I'm going to stream sometime soon. Bonk. Maybe, I don't know, once GT7 comes out, I feel like I'm going to be streaming that a whole bunch, but at some point soon I'll probably do another bad game stream, because I still need to stream that game that Gorgas bought me, that I never saw they bought me until the day after the stream. I think those games would definitely qualify as bad. Yeah, I also wanted to talk about the Salamander County public television stream. So if you didn't know, it was in the Steam Next Fest, which ended today, which is basically a week-long event where developers list their demos on Steam, and people can play them. They're really cool and all that. And I put my demo of Salamander County into the Next Fest. Really, I made a demo for the Next Fest. If it wasn't in Next Fest, there probably wouldn't be a demo of it, but... Anyhow, you also get 2 stream times, where it's like, if you stream during these times, we'll put your game on your page. Your store page will just pop up with like the stream of your game. I'm tired. That was an aggressive yawn. So I did that. The first stream I had like 300 viewers throughout the stream, which was really cool. Although, except I think most of them just watched for like 2 seconds because they happened to click on the stream. Because it got spotlighted by Steam. Second stream I did, I thought would also get spotlighted by Steam, but it didn't. It only had like 10 viewers, which I assume were people who like were viewing the Steam page and saw it there. So I don't know why that was. But overall, I think... I was going to say I think they went well. I did have higher expectations for them in terms of number of people who would like follow me on social media from them, which I think there was a grand total of 1 person across both streams who followed me anywhere, but you know. So it is. You learn, you know, what sorts of marketing works and what sorts of marketing doesn't work. And pretty sure, as far as indie game goes, the only real marketing that works is getting big streamers to play your game on YouTube. Or Twitch, if you can do that. Oof. You want to see me do more VM stuff? Maybe. It's been a while. This is not the Sonic Kart music, but it is made by the person who made the Sonic Kart music, so that would be why. It's funny, the album that the Sonic Kart music comes from is like Sound Shock FM Terror 2.0 or something. It's Sound Shock 2 is what it is. And like FM Funk Terror Mad, I don't remember. Because there's 3 of them. But the second one in particular is so many different chiptune songs that I've heard over time, and like then I later find out they're in one of those Sound Shock albums. And Sonic Kart was one of those songs. Like I heard the song from Sonic Kart and just assumed, oh, it's probably an original piece or whatever, because it's, you know, the title music, and then find out it's in this album that I already listened to some of it and liked. I don't think there are any original compositions in Sonic Kart. I don't think anyone on the Kart crew is really a musician in that way, it seems. Well, no, there are a couple. Come to think of it. But those might have been made by, like, the creators of the tracks? I don't know. the vast majority of songs are not. But yeah, if I had more patience, I'd like to get into making music like that too, but I feel like I don't have the patience for it. Man, it's true, man. I'm really excited to be able to announce the other Tenzone Games project. But I don't think it'd be a good idea for me to do that until I know for sure that I'm able to. Oh no. That's a shame that it's cancelled. Now this is real racing music right here. I mean, to be fair, Tenzone Games still isn't technically a company yet. I should probably do that. I should probably make it an LLC, given that it's my actual job now. At least for the time being. I haven't really been working on Salamander County that much recently. I had a big push to get the demo done, and then to do a few bug fixes for the demo, but I've sort of been like, I don't really want to work on the main game until after the Steam Next Fest, because then I'm going to be like, oh, I want to add this to the demo. And the demo is sort of a separate entity, so I'd have to do the work twice to do that. I'm already going to have to do some of the work twice, because I did some bug fixes to the demo and they're not in the main game currently, so gotta redo those. Yeah, but I feel like I took a break for a little bit too long. And also, there's a game coming up soon that's going to take up a lot of my time. Especially if I try to have a more consistent stream of that game and maybe try to build up an audience of people who want to watch that game. But I'm definitely going to try, the next 3 days, I will try to work a lot on it. Get as many of the little things done as I can. Because I had to do a surprisingly large amount of stuff to get the demo working. It's the whack chat. Before 2 weeks before the demo was done, that essentially did not exist. I had to make it from scratch. And all the videos that played in the main menu, those were done the last 2 days or something. Almost until the very end, it was the Ronaldinho soccer meme played there, and that was the only video that played there. I won by 5 laps, by the way. Yeah, I got an achievement. Also, we'll get a new car, which, if I remember correct, is a really cool car. And if it is the car I think it is, I saw a model of it at the collectibles store and considered getting it, but then didn't. It's also the second time I've considered getting it there, because last time I went to that place, it was there then as well. What was that? Was it like July, maybe? It's been a while since I've gone there. I did save, right? I'm gonna save again. You never know when something might go catastrophically wrong. Maybe my computer will explode or something. It's still fairly new. I had to put in a new power supply because I found out that there is an incompatibility with the old power supply I had and 3080 cards, where if they're under a heavy load, but not heavy enough load to cause them to reset, it'll just reset anyway. I think it doesn't like the variable load or something. So I had to get a new power supply that works. And I'm also selling the old one on eBay because it doesn't not work. It's just not compatible with my graphics card. And also, fun fact with that power supply, the cables that you use with it are specific to that type of power supply, even though the plug is standard. So if you try to use different cables with that power supply, which I did, you will fry hard drives if you connect them to it. And thus, the great hard drive disaster of 2020. This is my Hold On playlist. I don't think it's public, because at least half the songs are local files. Oh, I wanted to look at the new car. What car did we get? It is, yes, the GT90. Now that's a cool car. One of my favorite cars. Especially like concept cars of this era. Although, I might like the Ford Indigo even more. You think this car can be tuned? I'm gonna put a muffler on my GT90. No, I'm not. Maybe turbo. No. This again might be a you can't do anything because it's sort of like a weird futuristic special car. Okay, I have all the racing tires, so yeah. No tunes, but I do want to use this car in the next Enduro. I hope we do. Provided that it can be used. Alright, we got Grand Valley 300 kilometers, Apricot Hill 200 kilometers, Laguna Seca 200 miles, Rome Circuit 2 hours, and SS route all night. Let's see. I might do this one actually, because it's free, which means any car can participate. That one, the horsepower limit will stop my car. That one it also will. That one I can do. That one I can do. So I can do the three on the right that I haven't done. Of these, I think this one will be the quickest because this is 50 laps. This is 2 hours. So like actually 2 hours long. And this is 200 miles would be 80 laps on this track? 90? I don't know. Might be 90 laps actually. And, you know, I think this would run around 2 hours. I think like around an hour and a half to 2 hours. I think all of these remaining ones are an hour and a half to 2 hours. Except for this one, which I think might be a bit quicker. Trial Mountain was like 45 minutes, and this one was about an hour. So let's do this one. Oh, I need to go to settings. I messed up. Fast forward real quick. So we want racing tires again. Oh yeah, this car is not as fast as I thought it would be. That's okay. Means we'll have more time. To chat about whatever. This is probably the only other endurance I'm going to do today. Because it'll be after 1 a.m. If I do another one, it would then be like 3 a.m. But 10, you say? You're up 2 hours later than that last night. I want to make that a regular occurrence. Oh, you're fine. I really like the lighting on this track. I feel like the lighting on a lot of tracks in this game is kind of bad. At least specifically on the car reflections. On this track it's fine. Wow, that's a lap. Good thing damage doesn't exist in this game. Actually, it does, but not by default. And I don't think it does in career mode. I don't even know how it works. Maybe that's like multiplayer only. I think this one shouldn't be more than like an hour 15. Maybe less than that even. So chat, what have you been up to? How's your day been? You don't recall having done anything today? Did you breathe today? You watched my stream today. In fact, you're still watching it now. Oh, wait, hold on. It's 12 o'clock, it's Wordle time. Alright. If you don't want Wordle spoilers, mute until I hit continue. Let's start with roads, because we're driving on roads. Alright, got the first letter. Maybe it's R-E. Is it reply? It's not reply, but there is a P in the third spot, and there is an E somewhere. It's probably ripen or riper. I'm gonna go with ripen. Nope, it's neither because there is no I. Oh, it's got to be another E then. But no, it can't be. So it's no E, it's no A, it's no I, it's no O. Would be a U then? R-U-P-E? Is it rupee? It is. Da 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 da. I got the Wordle in 4. I'm now gonna post it to the Discord server where I post my Wordle results every day. And now I will continue driving. Can you believe that Tim's gonna continue driving? Honda. What upcoming games are you all excited for? I know I've talked a lot about what game I'm excited for, but also like Switch Sports. Kirby game looks cool, although I have that pre-ordered. I might cancel that. I don't know. I feel like I'm still gonna be busy with Gran Turismo when that game comes out. Also, the Mario Kart 8 DLC comes out same day as Kirby, I think, like March 18th. I'm either right or I'm wrong. Oh, I've ran out of things to talk about. It has happened. I should talk about why I kind of want to turn my fan on, which is because I'm kind of hot right now. More Gran Turismo menu music while we do Gran Turismo racing music. I really like this song, and that's why I put it in this playlist. Also, it will be returning in GT7, so that's cool. Glad the old GT music is still in the game. But I'll have more to say on that game when I play it on Friday. I don't know if I'll stream it Friday or not, but I'll definitely stream it at some point. Should I pit? Oh. See, that's speedrun strats right there. That is intentional. It's designed to get the optimal angle coming out of this corner so that I can get the optimal... Look at... That's the optimal angle going into that corner. It's so good. Oh, wow. This is the best lap ever driven. Try to do a better lap than me. You cannot. Please ignore the fact that this is not going to be my fastest lap. I could have pit it and then I'd have an excuse for the lap being slow, but I will take my losses. I'm going to try to hold out for 3 more laps and make it a 3-stop instead of a 4-stop. We'll see if that is doable. It's really the rear tires that are being an issue. The fronts are fine. I mean, the car still feels good enough to drive, so. We're about to lap our first car. What is that car? It is a Jaguar XJ220. That's a cool car. I saw a Hot Wheels car of that today at the collectibles store. I didn't buy it because I already have a one of that car. It was a different color though. Oh, see, that would have been the optimal strat again, but the CPU car made me spin out a second time. I mean, the first time. And actually, that did not do wonders for my tires. Those rears are getting pretty close to red. We got stuck on the Wordle. I got it fairly quickly, but it's not the most common word in the world. So I can see some people just like not know that word. Or not think it's a real world and be like, oh, you mean that thing from Zelda? Speaking of bits. Wait, were we speaking of bits? I don't know. Thank you. Diane Roy for the 5 bits. I appreciate it. Okay, I have to pit this lap. My tires are toast. That's my next game. Is Toast Wheels? The answer is yes. Bacon on the tires. Don't cook the tires. Thank you for the 3 more bits. I remember I wanted to I thought about putting Cook the Bacon on the Xbox game in Salamander County. Obviously not with an Xbox, but like generic VCR or something. But I didn't do it because the thing about that game is that it's actively designed to be annoying to play, which is not really what I want in Salamander County. Thank you again. Let's just keep on coming. If I had to choose one song on this playlist to use as a hold on screen song, if I could only use one song, there's a good chance I'd use this one. 6 bits! That's a new record. Thank you again, Ian Roy. Fortunately, with the power of technology, I can have multiple songs for a hold-on screen. Remember the days when I would just play MIDIs with random sound fonts with the hold-on screen? As much as I still occasionally listen to MIDIs because I'm a weirdo in that regard, I feel like they outstate their welcome as far as being stream music. Oh wow, that is, I gotta count that as 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's 15 bits I think. Thank you very much for the 15 bits. Wow. So let's try to get to lap 25 on these tires. I'll probably need to not spin out a bunch in order to accomplish that. But if I do end up needing a 4th stop, it's not the end of the world.
Bye, man.
See ya, Dan Roy. Thanks for stopping by, and thank you for all the bits. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like other games I considered putting in the Salamander County but didn't. Color Guesser is a game I really like where you have to figure out the RGB values of the colors, but I figured it would be unfair to people who are colorblind, so I didn't include that one. But I could see that being like a game that I sort of updated a little bit and made it a standalone thing. This also sounds Sonic Kart S. This is from the new Super Monkey Ball game. So it is a Sega game. But yeah, I could totally see that song being used in like some level that someone makes its ice theme. It is a good game. Just a shame there's no multiplayer for the main game. What about MSN? Is there an MSN logo in this game? I would love that if there was. Oh, that's what I didn't want to do. On the overhead banners, there's an MSN logo. I'll have to look again. Subaru Gran Turismo. I found out the other day that the manufacturer logos that appear are chosen procedurally. They're randomized each time. not really procedural generation. They're just randomized. But they're also, they're weighted so that relevant manufacturers to certain tracks will appear more often. So like, on the Rome track, you're more likely to see, I'm trying to find MSN. I don't see it. Oh, you mean Nismo? NISMO is what that is. So you're even dumber than you thought. But yeah, like on the Rome track, you're more likely to see like an Alfa Romeo livery because that's an Italian manufacturer than, say, Toyota. So it's gonna be touched like that. I'm pretty sure this course is set in Japan because it's all Japanese manufacturers. Nissan and Toyota and Subaru. Nismo and Mazda Speed. Nismo is a tuning brand of Nissan. And I bet you can't guess which brand Mazda Speed is a tuning brand of. You're back!
I'm back.
Wow. That's 29 bits. Thank you very much. You hacked the game to make it say MSN instead. Alright. I mean, it's just a texture swap. Shouldn't be too hard. This is a Sonic Heart song, but it's from Columns 3 on the Genesis. Underrated soundtrack in Columns 3. One of the best on the Genesis, in my opinion. This is also a Genesis song. This is the credits for Sonic 3D Blast. Sonic 3D Blast, another game. It has one of the best soundtracks on the Genesis, incidentally. This is not the only 3D Blast song in this playlist. You want me to stop the next time we pass by the Nismo banner and you can take a good look at it? So I don't mind doing that. I'm well in the lead. Up in a car. What's it gonna be? I can't tell yet. This is a PS1 game and it's a very low quality model. Unless you get quite close to the AI cars, in which case it loads the higher quality model. It's I still can't tell actually. we moved from Genesis music to Inacore now. Yeah, I guess I'll make it public. The thing is, the local tracks are sort of all over the place. Like, some of them are from the chiptune playlists. A few of them might be from the City Pop playlist, and there's others from just miscellaneous playlists. I guess that is my fault. I can just send you all the songs I have for Spotify. Because I just have Spotify look for songs in a dedicated Spotify local song folder that I have, and then I have subfolders for that, for organization. Because if you just say, hey, look at my music folder, it just becomes a giant mess, and it's no fun. It also means I do have to make copies of some songs, like, oh, I want to have this in Spotify and in the music folder. Well, I have to... I guess I don't have to make copies because the Spotify folder is in the music folder, but still. If I want to have things organized, sometimes I need to have 2 copies of some songs. I used to not do it. I used to just have Spotify look at my whole music folder, and it was a huge mess. And it made finding things and putting them in very difficult. It's still not a great system because you just have the one local files folder that you have to search through. But you can't actually search the local files, which I found that's easier than trying to scroll to find the specific song you want to add. Oh yeah, updating MP3 tags is a huge pain. You gotta remember, always update the tags before copying it to the folder, because otherwise it'll be like, it's just gonna latch on to the original tags you had, and will never update those tags. To like either completely restart Spotify or remove the song. Even removing the song and re-adding the tags and then putting it back in sometimes doesn't work. I don't know, it's very finicky. But also, it's not like Spotify really cares about local files, because like their whole business model is getting you to use the part of Spotify that's not local files. So they have no incentive to improve it. And also, like, if you're using Spotify on a mobile device, which a significant percentage of people do, you can't even do local files, as far as I know. Like, I understand why Spotify doesn't really care about them. I'm just glad that it has support for local files at all, because they could just as easily say no to local files. Have you ever messed around with YouTube Music? Not. It's probably a good thing. I thought it was weird, because like the way it works is, I don't know if you've ever seen like these topic videos on YouTube. I'm sure you have at some point. Where it's just like, here's a music song, but it's in like this topic channel. sort of weird. It's like auto-generated. Well, those are the videos that YouTube Music uses for its songs. And like, if someone else has uploaded the song, YouTube Music cannot play that song. Like, YouTube Music cannot play all YouTube videos. It cannot play YouTube videos of songs that are not made specifically for Apple Music, which is highly annoying because you think, maybe it could be a good alternative to like local files on Spotify for like obscure songs from games, you know. Someone's uploaded this to YouTube, just stick it in YouTube Music. Nope, can't do that. I think he got like a free trial or something, that's how I ended up taking a look at it. Or maybe I just took a look at it in general, just like the free version. See, the trick there, Tev, is to not use crossfades like me. Okay, I should clarify, I don't use crossfades because the way I said it could sort of go either way. I guess. I've never really liked them, though. Like, if I'm listening to a song, I want to listen to the whole song. Like, I know crossfades are not, like, that much of a song, but still. Tired, probably because I only got like 5 hours of sleep last night, so if my VTuber's mouth just randomly opens for some reason for a few seconds, that's probably why. I'm yawning. I feel like the skin on the VTuber might be a bit pale. I don't know. What I do know is that you can call Geico and save 15% or more on car insurance. There it goes. You want to be a VTuber, then do it, coward. I mean, you can always do like VitoTube as a stopgap or something. I mean, honestly, you probably know more about 3D modeling than I do, so. 3D model it, you know, before, or save up and commission someone. Man, this car beats me on the straights. It's annoying. Fortunately, I'm way faster everywhere else. But it's really a moot point. Wonder if I can get a time under 1:15. Best lap so far is a 1:15.2. Sure, it's possible. I just gotta do it. There we go. 1:14.5. Funny how much better you do when you actually try. Well, sometimes I find I end up setting fastest laps in long races like this when I'm just completely zoning out and not trying, and it's just my brain's working on autopilot. I think that happened a fair amount when I was doing the Forza endurance races. Man, I hope GT7 brings back endurance races. Maybe not the 24-hour ones, but like the 1-hour ones. I didn't be down for like a 4-hour one. I highly doubt they'll do a 48-hour one, given that most races in real life do not exceed 24 hours. God, could you imagine racing for a full week non-stop? I do remember that stream. Didn't he get to 1 million? Something ridiculous like that. Oh yeah, now that's entertainment. I'm gonna... Do you think that... No, let me rephrase the question. Do you think that guy, when he started the stream, was thinking, you know what? If I say Mario 1 million times, that'll be entertainment. Because apparently he was right, if he did. I don't think he intended on doing it for 1 million when he started either. It's amazing what people find entertaining. Like, yes, I will give you money to say the word Mario 1 million times. What could you do that's equivalent to saying Mario 1 million times? Oh, I thought of a dumb idea that I could do as like a racing stream. So you know how the Nürburgring is like the longest track in the game? It's like depending on the car, of course, but on average like maybe a 7-minute lap. I could do like every sub I get, I'll do another lap of the Nürburgring or something. And people just sub to me until I stop. But I have to start it at like a certain number. Like I will do at least 20 laps of the Nürburgring, and every sub I get, I'll do 2 more or something. And just keep going. Could be a very dumb subathon thing. I've never done a subathon before, mainly because I've never had more than 5 subs, so it never felt like a thing to do. At one point I had a sub counter on stream, and it only went down and it made me sad, so I took it off. Also, like, I don't really know if I have enough followers to do a good subathon. Like, who would sub? Like, I know of a few people who would maybe sub. Kind of just be like, oh, is someone... Never mind. I was gonna say, like, is someone crazy enough to donate, like, 50 subs? And oh no, now I have to do 12 more hours of Nürburgring. I don't know, maybe I would start at 20 or 25 and then add 1 lap for each sub. Be fun. But I would need to be more popular before I would do something like that. Which, I kind of hope that the Steam Next Fest demo of Salamander County, people would play it and be like, oh, this guy has a Discord and a Twitch, and they'd follow me, and like, maybe a few people did follow me on Twitch and Twitter, and no one joined my Discord server. Such is life. That's what I'm learning about marketing. Either I'm really bad at marketing, or it's very difficult. And at least in the beginning stages, you've really got to, work to get each individual follower or donation or whatever. Maybe I'll just bring Buttspot down and then bring it back up and make a tweet and like, hey, Buttspot's back up, and then I get 100 likes. Because I get more likes on my Buttspot tweets than I do about anything else. Because I guess they get retweeted by like Twitch people and whatnot. So one about Buttspot coming back after it had been like banned for a month inadvertently. That one did get like 200 likes totally organically, which is kind of interesting. I've also thought about like, are there ways I can use Buttspot to advertise Salamander County in my stream? But I feel like, besides maybe putting a link to Salamander County in the bio, that I shouldn't do anything. Like, it would be very, 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 very bad practice to like make Buttspot say something in every chat like, "Hey, check out the developer's game." That would be very bad, and people would get very unhappy, justifiably so. But just sticking a link to it in the bio would be fine. But that's non-intrusive. I've also thought about like, what would happen if I ever streamed on Buttspot? Like, would anyone watch? Or how many people would watch, I guess? Because Buttspot has significantly more followers than I do. Like, it's gotten to the point where it has as many followers as like accounts do when they get partnered, which is kind of crazy. It's got like 6,000 followers, and it's probably in over 10,000 channels by this point. It hit 9,000 a while ago. Maybe I could make an AR game that involves Buttspot somehow. Like for one day, instead of butt, it says salamander or something. And people are like, why? And then you have to figure it out. It would definitely be funnier than just spamming a link. But I still think people would be unhappy about that. The full description of the game. No, each time it says but, it's one random feature of the game. So like, you got the message like, wow, you're really good at Gran Turismo 2, but it turns into, wow, you're really 25 minigames at Story Mode 02. That's almost such a dumb idea. I want to do it for like a very small period of time. But I'm thinking of like, maybe I could do an ARG thing, like maybe put like different codes or something for each channel, and then the channels have to work together that have Buttspot to like figure out how you put the code together. I don't know how that would work, but interesting idea. I don't know if I would do any of these things because I don't want to jeopardize Buttspot in any way. Even if I sort of don't really update it much and just let it be. I've said it before, but like in a way Buttspot is like the most popular thing I've ever made, and I didn't even make it. Like I only made the current version of it. I did not create the idea. And I learned, well, one thing I learned is that there's a bug crawling on my wall. The other thing I learned is that apparently Pinguino wasn't the original creator of it either. Some other guy contacted me on Twitter once and was like, hey, I made Buttspot way back in the day. It's really cool to see what it's become, or something like that. And I looked at their code. I guess Pinguino must have modified it to work on Twitch. Which would make sense then, why he was using Pearl. Because it's a weird choice. It's what the original person chose, and then I was like, no, screw this. I'm remaking it from scratch in Java. Oh god, Tev. This Buttspot mode. And then have... And then you could have the text-to-speech read it out. And you could have butts placed in random positions every time. Kind of genius. I also kind of want to actually maybe do the ARG thing with Buttspot. Yeah, I suppose it would. We spin. Well, I guess what would the solution to the ARG be? Would it just be like the link to the game? Or like would it be something else? I guess I'm not that knowledgeable as to how ARGs work in general. Oh, okay. You could like unlock a cheat code or something. That's interesting. Also, apparently Twitch is strengthening their policy on usernames starting like March 1st. Maybe March 1st? I don't know. It's sometime soon. And I wonder if Buttspot's going to get affected by that, if it's going to need a name change. I hope not. I don't know. I would probably like post a poll on Twitter or something asking people what they think the new name should be. Also, we've crossed the 1 hour mark and the timer looks normal in this game. If you remember in GT1 it looked very weird. That's not the case here. God. See, the thing is, the Buttspot name needs to be, marketable on its own. What if you change your username on Twitch? Porsche Water Balloon. I mean, in the grand scheme of the universe, nothing would happen. So, go for it if you want. Also, keep in mind that the stream is almost over, because this race is almost over, and I said at the start it'd be the last one I did, and I'm staying true to that statement that I made. Two to go. found a song in a playlist that someone made called Gay Little Kart Racing Game. Best random playlist I ever found. There are a number of songs in here from that playlist. We're approaching the final lap. Can VTuber 10 pull off an amazing win that no one could have ever predicted, because he definitely wasn't significantly faster than the 5 other AI cars on the track? I sure hope second base doesn't snipe it. Thought about spinning out as a joke there briefly, but decided against it. You know what I'm gonna do? Initiate warp speed! Wahahaha. Thanks, Duck Station. That would be great if it did. My money, it goes in. And we got a new car. Let's check out our new car. What car did we get? We got a Lancer Evo 6 rally car. Cool. You could use that in the rally races, except I already did all those because I bought the Escudo, which is objectively the best rally car in the game. Saving again, just to be sure. Alright, well, I did 2 of the races. Got 4 more to do. I don't know if I'll stream them or not. Maybe will, maybe won't. Who knows? But I'm probably going to try to do them before GT7 comes out. Anyhow, that's all for me for tonight. I'm going to go get some sleep before 5:15 a.m. today. And see you all later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.